What's up, my punyos? Andy with Andy Vlogs. Excited to share with you guys this content here. Let's talk iPhone 14. This is really exciting. Like I said, in my last live stream, I've got a couple of dummy phones for the iPhone 14 and iPhone, what am I trying to say? iPhone 14 Pro Max. This is actually the camera set for the iPhone 14 Pro, but they're pretty ubiquitous. They'll be able to fit more or less with each other. As you guys can see here on my desk, I've got a whole smorgasbord of the best cases out there. We're not going to name one because each one of them is different in their own sphere, in their own element. But they're all cases that I recommend. Down below in the links in the description, you'll be able to see a link to each and every one of them, which we will go through. So, starting with Apple. We're going to go through all the Apple. Then we're going to go through, after Apple, we're going to go through, there we go. We'll go through the Mous cases, which I really like. We'll go through the Nomad leather cases, which are pretty amazing. And then a couple of these off-brand, more like lifestyle type of cases. And then we'll go through our clear and MagSafe cases. So buckle up, guys. This is going to be a fun one. We're going to be going through about 20 cases here. All of them will be down below if you guys don't mind checking that out. Make sure you hit that follow. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And we will get right into it. As per usual, it does take me a while to kind of set up because we have so many products here. I wanted to get that thumbnail, make it look good, make it look right. So I'm going to gather up all the cases I can that meet the similar style. We'll pile them all up here on the sides, but when we do the overhead, hopefully you guys don't see them in shot. I'll put that over here. We got the Mous. We got our other cases. And then we'll go with the iPhone. Okay, so let's start off with the iPhone Silicone. iPhone Silicone, we've got... this one's an interesting one. I'll be honest. So I clicked on the leather. I'm going to click on the iPhone Silicone. So you've got the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So as you guys can see here, typical Apple case. Why don't we go ahead and do the iPhone 14 first, and then we'll jump into the other. So I just realized one thing, that my dummy phone is an iPhone 14 Plus, and I bought a bunch of iPhone 14 because that's the actual phone I'm getting. I'm getting the iPhone 14, which comes Friday. But I didn't get the iPhone Plus. So we'll see how that works. It's probably not going to fit. It's not going to fit the dummy phone, but I'll show you this anyway. I've always liked Apple's presentation here, regardless of it being their silicone or the leather. It's really nice. I like how they have this push out here. It fits nicely. I can't tell you how many cases I've gone through that just kind of slide out and blah out on your desk. So, with that said, let's go ahead and show you here. Apple silicone case. This guy is super soft to the touch. It's my favorite feeling case out there. What's nice here is they do have these punch out buttons. They feel metallic. They do look rubber on the onset, as you guys can see. But they do feel like it could be a hardened TPC plastic that's in there, but it's nice and springy. I like that. You got your Apple logo here. You've got a hardened plastic, which is probably a TPC polycarbonate material here that lips up. It's a different material than what you're feeling here on the silicone. So it's a different silicone. Coming around the edges here, you can see it's pretty straightforward. You got the cutout for your do not disturb. Your I/O here on the other side with the speaker grill. And my favorite part about this touch here with the silicone cases is the microfiber, almost like a not a satin, but what's that material that you typically feel that's like really smooth? I'm drawing a blank, but this is like a microfiber, very soft. It adds cushion. What's nice here is you can see that the fiber goes all the way up to the edge, providing you that additional protection, and it's an all-around really nice case. I'm gonna see if my dummy phone will fit it. That's the Pro Max. It does. It's the same chassis. It's just it doesn't fit the screen protector or the camera there. So you can see that it's the same chassis. The Pro's the same as the 14 from what it seems like, but it won't fit because I don't have the right camera bump there. So we'll avoid doing that here. So as far as my impressions go here, really solid case. I'm really looking forward to getting the real deal and showing you guys on a dedicated video, but this is a sneak peek of that I wanted to show you guys. Really cool piece, really cool product. So we're going to switch over the 14 Pro Max. This I will be able to fit on the phone. Much bigger girth, right? 6.7 inch diagonal screen. It's going to be a beefy phone indeed. I ended up picking up the 1 terabyte. I've kind of fallen in love with the 1 terabyte. It's a wonderful case. I'll have a video out for that. Nonetheless, here showing you same kind of build here. The inside has recyclable material. Really simple to take apart, put back together. Really easy there. Setting the phone aside, we're going to inspect this one as well. As you guys can see, I didn't mention it, but they are all MagSafe compatible. As you can see, you've got your anchor. They don't have an imprint of it, but I'm pretty sure they put, it's pretty common in these MagSafe phones. They have an anchor down here, and then you've got your MagSafe ring right there. Around the edges, you can see a little bit clearer because it's bigger. You've got that felt. It's like a felt lining, microfiber lining all the way around the edges. I really like the careful care that Apple does for these phone cases. Much girthy opening for that new camera system, which I am just hyped about. And it's again a thicker material here on the edges as well as here for the buttons. Let's go ahead now and put it inside of the case. Pretty straightforward from the bottom. Fits right in there. You get about a 32nd of an inch right here of a lip, which is nice because that's going to help protect against drops here. You can hear it's not scratching. On the other side, you have clearance as well on the lens. Speaking of the lens here, you can see it's really big. I mean, this punch out now crosses the middle threshold of this phone. It's crazy. The logo's built into it as well. It's not bleeding or see-through. You can see on the bottom here where the I/O is, your speakers and your port, your lightning cable. Like I said with the buttons, nice and clicky. You can't hear the click. It's more of like a muffled click, but you can definitely feel the bounciness of that. And then you got your do not disturb there, which is nice. All around really slick case. You have a myriad of different colors you can choose from. I like the midnight. I've always liked the midnight. It's nice and classy. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to the next event here. This is going to be the leather case from Apple. They do take pride in their vegan leather, so just know that. I don't know where it's sourced. I thought it was sourced in the United States, but I think it might be sourced internationally here. So take note of that. It's always the same price. It's always pretty much the same thing you're getting. Oh, whoops, I got a bunch of stuff here in the case that apparently it was connected to. I didn't realize that this was in there. I wonder if I just crushed it on the other case. Let me know, guys, what phone did you guys end up choosing? Or what phone are you contemplating, if any? I think if any of the years you're going to be upgrading, I think... What is going on here? I'm having such a hard time. I don't even know how to put a product back in its case. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I haven't decided. I'm definitely a Pro Max guy. I love vlogging. That's my thing. I got 4 kids, so vlogging super important. Capturing those moments, but there's nothing better than a good old iPhone 14 with all the bells and whistles. So that's something that I'm considering. Let me know what you guys are gonna get. All right, so we are now on to the leather. So I picked up the iPhone 14 leather case and Pro Max leather case here. We're going to go ahead and select the iPhone 14. Showing you guys here that top down, that beloved top down view. I want to make sure that this isn't crooked. I hate Oh, it looks straight. Okay. This one is a little bit different opening. It didn't have that peel to open kind of a thing. You just kind of pull and it opens up here for you. Oh man, that looks amazing. Look at that. A little bit different build as far as packaging. You kind of just peel it off. You've got your information guide and whatnot. I wonder if it mentions where it's sourced. I'd like to know. I'd have to read into it. Guys, do you guys know where they source their hide? Well, it's not hide, it's vegan, so. Nonetheless, here, going to give you guys a close-up. This is it. This is the iPhone leather case. As I drop my case. Good thing that wasn't the phone. This is the iPhone leather case. This is what I always recommend you pick up. What's interesting here is that this was made available on Amazon the same day that they released the phone. So typically they release this a little bit later, but I was able to pick it up. You can see the link down below for it. What's nice here is, oh, interesting. So this doesn't have that suede feel. It's the microfiber. I wish I had my other case. I can't find it. My kids played with it after I took it off, and I can't find it. But what I'm trying to say here is that the 13 Pro Max phone case here, it had more of like a suede in it. It was much, much softer. This is not soft. Although it's like a microfiber feel, you know, it could have the elements of microfiber on it. It's not as soft as last year. So that's a little bit of a downgrade in my opinion. Going back here to the leather, as you can see, it's distinctly apple leather. I mean, it's very, very flat. It's a matte look. You can't smell it. It doesn't feel like there's oil on here, but you can definitely feel the leather. It's definitely leather. With that said here, what I always like about... Oh, interesting. Okay. So, this isn't metal. The camera bump here, I don't think that's metal. That's definitely plastic. All other years it's metal. The aluminum buttons here are definitely metal, but if I'm not mistaken, this is typically metal. This is kind of crazy here. So I wonder if Apple took a couple of shortcuts. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the case here. Like I said with the other case, this is the Pro dummy model. I don't have the actual Pro. Mine comes on Friday. It does fit in the same chassis, but it you know, because of the camera differences, the camera bump differences, it doesn't really fit. So you're not going to be able to see it completely pressed down, and I probably shouldn't just because it might stretch it out. Nonetheless, here that's kind of my take. I'm a little disappointed. I'm fine with the punch out here. There goes my dummy phone. Everything's slipping off my desk. Oh, goodness. Make sure that doesn't slip. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with the outcome of the leather case, at least for the 14. Let's go ahead and transition over to the 14 Pro Max and see what that leather case looks like as I use my feet to pull up the case for the 14. I hope that's not the case, no pun intended, for the 14 Pro Max. Placing this back in here. There you go. Now I'm going to drop it. Let's take a look at the 14 Pro Max. So 14 Pro Max, I'm going to opt into the 1 terabyte. Pretty excited about that. This is not my 14 Pro Max dummy phone. That was my 13 Pro Max phone. Same kind of build here. Pull it out from the top. It kind of pops because it's got this little locking mechanism in there. Let's see if there's anything different here with this leather case. Oh, it's still plastic. That is unfortunate. If you guys have the Apple iPhone leather case with you, whether it's the 12 or the 13, could you take it out and let me know? Could you take it out and let me know if the camera bump here is plastic or metal? Because throughout the previous years, I thought it was metal, if I'm not mistaken. I know the buttons are, the volume rocker and the power button are metallic. They're an aluminum alloy or something like that. But yeah, that's something that I noticed. Additionally, I noticed here that they're not using that suede Last year they had a suede here to their premium, phone case, the leather. Regardless, it looks beautiful. You can see with that shine, the grooves of the leather. It's fantastic. Beautiful stuff. Putting it in the case here. This is what we're looking at. Looks really good. Impressive. Okay, let's move on. We've lingered on the iPhone a lot, and we took our time here. I'm going to kind of whiz through the rest of these because we got 20, and I only want to be here like an hour, and we've already gone like half an hour, 10 minutes or so. So we're going to go ahead and move over to, like I said, the Nomad cases. These are the real deal. So Nomad, just to let you know, I have a relationship with them. I've worked with them in the past. I did pay for these cases here though, but just so that we are completely transparent. So they make a whole bunch of leather peripherals for your phone, for your Apple products. They don't really have many other non-Apple, but I basically got two of each. So I've got the 14 leather and Horween leather, which are different apparently. One is a vegan, like synthetic, and then one is a legit sourced from Chicago. And then, so I've got the two different sizes here, Horween 14, Horween Pro Max, and then I have one, I snuck it in right here. This is the Folio, so I'll go over all that here with you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to go over the Horween leather for the 14 and the Horween leather for the Pro Max. There it is. Boom. All right. And I want to grab my 13 Pro Max as well. Because I've had the 13 Pro Max a whole year now, and I want to show you what 365 days looks like and what one day looks like. So let's go ahead and let's choose the Pro Max here. Same kind of opening here as the Apple. You just kind of pull and yank. All of these materials are definitely very eco-friendly as far as recyclable friendly. I think they use mostly recyclable materials, so they're nice and what is that called? Net carbon neutral, which is cool. Let's go ahead now and switch over here. So this is, I've always loved their presentation here. The one thing that's different about the leather here on the Nomad as opposed to the leather on the Apple is that this doesn't wrap all the way around, and I think there's a good reason for that. On my phone that I have that wraps all the way around, I always get these scuffs right here. So as you can see, the leather is scuffed because it kind of scratches as it goes through my phone into my pocket. And if you have something that's a TPC, polycarbonate material here, you're going to reduce those scratches. And so I have very few, if any, big gashes into it. Now there is this corner right here that seems to be notorious for rubbing off, and so I'll show you here the difference between this Horween leather, sourced from Chicago, beautiful case, beautiful leather, and 365 days later. This is 1 year later. I picked this 13 Pro Max up a year ago. You can see the leather. It's aged really well. It looks beautiful. Scratches definitely, like I said, this edge caught a lot on my jeans, on my pants, but for the most part, it looks really good. I think it's a beautiful leather. Similar style as last year. You've got this cork polycarbonate, not polycarbonate, but like carbon fiber material. Not carbon fiber, but like microfiber material. It is spongy, so it depresses. You've got the MagSafe built into it. And the difference between this and your Apple leather is that all of the edges here, oh, that's not metal either. I'm going crazy, guys. Okay, maybe I am going crazy. Maybe none of the cases have this. I thought this ring right here was metal. Is my current phone metal? Okay, hold on, folks. I'm sorry I have to stop the show. Stop the show. Am I completely out of my wits? Am I crazy here? That's definitely plastic. I've been lying to you all along, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get back to the show. With that said here, I thought they ringed with metal. What am I thinking? Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to it and show you here. Let's go ahead and place it now in the case. As you can see, well, actually, I wanted to take note here with this right here. So you've got this, the engineering here of the case is great. You see those little pockets right there? The idea here is that when you put your phone in the case, it creates kind of like a pressure pocket. So in the event of a drop or a fall, it reduces the impact, or at least allows the phone to be dropped from higher without breaking. So really, really cool engineering. I really like it. It does make the phone a little bit wider. As you guys can see, it adds probably a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch. So on both sides, it's probably a 1/4 inch here. But you know, if you're going big, you got to make sure that you go in style. So you can see you got this grooved metal. This is probably a aluminum button on each side. It feels aluminum. It's nice and clicky. You got enough for the punch out here for your do not disturb. IO's on the bottom. You have little rungs here, little rings to be able to put a wrist strap, which I highly recommend. And then, I mean, this Horween leather looks gorgeous. Look at that. It's beautiful. A little pricey, but certainly something that I highly recommend. This is gorgeous. All right, let's go ahead and show you guys the variant here for the iPhone 14. This is the Horween leather case that isn't there. Oh, I already went through it. No? Hold on. Crap. Nomad sent me an empty case. Crap. They sent me an empty case. Oh, that's so frustrating. All right, let's move on. No, what am I thinking? Okay, no, this is the 14. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. When I'm live, I'm kind of scatterbrained. I'm all over the place. This is the phone case that I was looking for. We already went through this one, so, okay. I'm silly. Let's start over. This is the Horween leather from for the iPhone 14, not the Plus, but just the 14. It did come in the case. And right now I have a dummy phone for the Pro, so it's not really going to fit. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and show you what it looks like in a smaller form factor. See if this is something you guys are interested in. I got to keep track of my inventory here. Going top down, showing you guys here. This is really beautiful. Look at that. Oh, it looks so great. This is the Horween leather sourced from Chicago within the United States. They have a modern leather variant that is I believe, vegan leather. You can see here, it doesn't wrap all the way around. It does have the metallic buttons. It does not have the metal here, which is fine. It's that polycarbonate material. It's the TPC, which is a hardened polycarbonate material. You've got the IO and the openings there on the back side. I really like how they cover it completely. Some of these leather phones, you know, have an opening, a gap there, which I don't appreciate. On the inside, you've got the MagSafe compatibility, which is nice, and you got the springy kind of cork feel here. Placing it on the inside here for the phone, it's not going to quite fit because, again, this is the dummy phone for the Pro. I don't have the 14 yet. It comes tomorrow. I just bought it. How does it feel to the touch? It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love the Horween leather. I love it. You have the choice of the two different leathers here. You got the Horween leather or you've got the regular leather. Price may vary depending on what you're choosing there. Gorgeous. It just looks. Oh man, that smell. That is amazing. It's amazing, guys. All right. Gonna go and package this back here where it came from. Lastly, I wanted to show you guys the Folio for the iPhone 14 Pro Max here. As you guys can see, this is going to cover your phone completely. Same kind of opening here. This is the Horween leather for the Folio. So again, sourced in the United States. I believe Chicago, if last I read. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, it's sourced from Chicago. This is great. I mean, this is, yeah, this is my go-to. This will be my everyday carry. Cool. Look what it comes with. Oh, that's beautiful. You can see, you know it's real leather when you have these grooves here. When it's fake leather, you can like flap it back and forth, but when it's got some girth to it, you know it's real leather. So here's the back of the case here, similar to the regular modern Horween leather. There are some, looks like there's some scuffs here on production when it came. It probably won't buff out, but you know, that's what happens when you work with leather. Similarly, you've got the polycarbonate around the edges so it doesn't wrap. However, you've got the Folio that seems to be, it's got this hardened back. It's a little flimsy. I don't know if it's, I don't know what they sew into it, but they've got this felt microfiber inset like lining, not only on the case, but also on the inside of the Folio. Beautiful. You've got a little slat here for your cache. You've got a removable magnetic clip, which is kind of cool. I don't know how that's going to fit. They're going to have to teach me how to do that. Or you can just go with the wallet. Look, I reviewed a number of these Folios, and what I appreciate about Nomad is that it's thick. A lot of them are really thin, and this starts to wear out, but as you can see, it's really high quality around the edges. If I can get it to focus. You can see there, really good care here. These leather workmen and workwomen are really impressive. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and put the phone in the case. I'm gonna swap it out for the other case. I want to figure out that magnetic clip. Pretty straightforward. Place it in, bottom to top, clip it in, and it feels a little bit thicker around the edges here than the regular modern case. It feels a little bit thicker. I don't know if that's because of the Folio, the way that the leather wraps, but the polycarbonate edge here feels a little bit thicker. It does raise and protrude, as you can see, so if it lands flat like this, it's just going to scratch on the polycarbonate material rather than your actual screen, which is nice, but always putting a screen protector is something I recommend. Around the back here, you can see where the lens is. You got a nice guard there. It does protrude out enough so it doesn't scratch the lens, but it seems like the clearance is barely enough, but I don't hear it scratching against my table. But that's really awesome. I love it. You've got 3 different slots there for your cards, insurance card. You know, I'll probably put my insurance card, my credit card, or my debit card in my my license. But this is gorgeous. They did a great job. Great job, Moment. I mean, great job, Nomad. I looked over at my Moment case and said Moment instead of saying Nomad. Alrighty, so let's go ahead now and shift gears to Mous. Mous is another one of these companies that make these really cool, eclectic, you know, lifestyle enhancing cases. Which one? I think this one was. These ones I've recently gotten a hold of and I really like. So they've got 2 different styles. One of my favorite case vendors, Moment, they used to source wood on their cases, but now they don't. For the last 2 years, they haven't come out with a wood case, and I'm a little sad about that. With that said, let's go ahead and show you here. I hope this is the leather one. It might not be. It might. Let's go and move on to the mouse case. I've been corrected. It's Mouse, not Mous. I thought it was Mous. Alrighty. Folks at Mous are definitely very environmentally friendly. All of this, I know for a fact, is sourced by recycled material, and it's definitely recyclable. I also love that they do this. They have a warning: magnetic field. This case produces, you know, magnetic fields or whatever. And it's cool for folks that, you know, might have a health condition that needs to know that. Not knowing that is would be unfortunate. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys here their walnut leather case, or walnut Limitless case. That's what it's called. Let me make sure I tap the right one. Yes. Walnut Limitless case. This is beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and show you here the last year's model too. All right, so I've got the 13 Pro Max and I've got the 14 right here. Love their products. Think they've done a great job here. So let's go ahead and review the differences between the two. As you can see, similarly sourced wood. This one's a little bit lighter. It seems like the veneer obviously was pulled from a different wood. I like the cross grain. It looks beautiful. Flipping them, getting them closer here, you can see the build is very much the same. They might use the same injection molds, or at least style, to save on costs, which is good to be able to trim these out. The bottom side looks almost exactly the same, very much identical. Coming around the edges here, buttons, a little bit different. Wow, a little bit different build here that I want to make sure and note. So you've got grooves here in the polycarbonate material. I'm pretty sure it's TPC because TPC is the hard stuff. And you've added a wrist strap, which is nice. That's a good call on both sides. So it does support left and right hands, whereas last year's doesn't, which is fine. I'm left-handed. I don't mind. Buttons are a little bit different. You can see that one is see-through. This is the 13. This is the 14. On the inside here, they are manufactured on the edges similarly. The green part is rubber. So they add rubber material around the edges to provide that Limitless 5.0 protection. I really like that. 4.0 introduced the MagSafe capability. They had their own MagSafe charging, and it kind of flopped from what it seems like. They had like these magnet points that only fit their stuff, and I don't think anyone bought it. Nonetheless, they decided to adopt the MagSafe last year. This is plastic, so they didn't line it with anything. This year, they added this extra, I don't know, it feels corky, like cork material because it depresses, but it's probably a microfiber. But it's nice and grippy. It's going to provide some extra protection, so that's probably why they call it Limitless 5.0, because they added the extra protection here and the extra grip, which is nice. I like that touch, I'll be honest. I like a phone that's got some character to it. Let's go ahead and place it into your phone now. I'm going to go ahead now, again, using my dummy phone. This is not the real phone. I have to wait till October to get this phone, which is unfortunate. Fits really nice. I've always loved the build and the feel as it goes into the phone from the folks at Mous. You can see here that they do tool it a little bit thicker around the corner right here to make sure they've got a larger chin and a larger forehead. So it's kind of hard to show you at this angle here, but see how it protrudes out a little bit more? That's kind of unique to the Mous build. That way, when it lands flat and it's not shaky, and it also lifts the phone up from the table. On the other side here, you do have the protection against the lens here. As you can see, the lens cutout does give you enough clearance. And then that, I can't stop with that wood. I love the walnut. The walnut is my go-to. Hey Maze, what'd you say? This is awesome case review. You're becoming my go-to for case reviews. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe and follow. It's all appreciated. Great. Yeah. So it looks like they do add, you can't feel the grooves. You can't feel the grain. So they made, they do some heavy sanding there, but there is a little bit. You can see a little bit of the grain if I can get it right. I can see it, but the camera may not pick up. But you can actually see some of the grain right here, which I appreciate. Smells good, looks good, feels good. Excellent. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the next Mous case for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. I didn't get one for the 13 or for the 14, just the Pro Max. So I'm sorry about that. I can't get a case for every single one, but I do have it in the teaser scroller there. If you're interested in. All right, so let's see. Hey Maze, I don't have a 14 Pro here. I have a 13 Pro, but I love watching your case reviews. Thanks, appreciate it. I have a bunch of 13 cases that I came out with a year ago and over the years. All right, this was pre-opened? Huh. Did I pre-open that? Maybe. I don't even know. I can't remember what I do. Okay, so I'm gonna put these back. I don't want to get them mixed up. That's the one thing that I hate. Okay, so after this leather case, we're gonna go through these next cases pretty quickly. I don't want to cut it short, but I have a time constraint. I hope you guys will forgive me. I'll make sure and have dedicated videos for each one of these cases and compare them. But I wanted to make sure and get there live so you guys could see some of this content. Okay. Moving on to the leather case from Mous. Again, really like their performance, really like how they display their product, and ooh baby, this is gorgeous. Look at this. We got a comment. Hey Chris, does the back get scratched? Just bought a cheaper version online and it's wood and I tapped it lightly in the corner. No, it doesn't. I've had this for a year. This is the 13 Pro Max. This is what the wood looks like after a year. It's definitely a sponge for oils because it's wood. And it is, I think there's a lacquer on there. And they also make it really smooth. The grit is probably a 4,000 grit. But I've used this constantly for a year for my 13 Pro Max and it doesn't scuff up. So that's why I recommend investing a little bit more in these cases because they last longer. That's my go-to. Going back to the leather here, like I said, they have this Limitless 5.0. It means that they've added an additional protection on the back as well as grips here on the side. So this is the Mous leather. It only comes in black. I don't know if it's sourced domestically. It seems like a vegan leather. It does smell gorgeous though, if gorgeous can smell. But as you can see, it's kind of just it kind of just lines the edges. It doesn't wrap around, which is fine because you don't want, your phone dropping and damaging around the corners. That's the one thing that I noticed here with the Nomad leather is that despite wrapping around just a little bit, you would catch those edges. But this has a nice polycarbonate edge, which is really, really nice. As you can see here, the leather kind of cuts off right here into the polycarbonate case. You've got the cutout. You got the volume rocker, do not disturb, backside here. You still have the wrist strap on both sides, which is a nice addition. Then you got the grooves for the grip, which is nice. And without further ado, let's go ahead and place it in its case. These are a little bit more rigid, a little bit harder to place in, but despite that, you still have the screen protector that works right. I have a screen protector on here, and it grabs right onto the edge, but not so far that it messes or impedes on your screen protector. I need to turn off that light. It bothers me. Nonetheless here, as you can see, you've got that similar lip on the edge. It protrudes out from the chin and the forehead. You do have a little bit of a groove here for your speaker grill. Around the edges, do not disturb is fine. It's nice and clicky for the power button. It is plastic, so note that. The buttons are plastic, not aluminum like the others, but look at that. I mean, you throw that on your desk at school or at work, everyone's like, dang, Andy, that was a fine looking phone. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so those are my favorite phone cases. They are the higher end, match your lifestyle kind of a thing. I always talk with this guy at work about these cases and he loves them as well. And it's just, it kind of changes your demeanor. And I want to promote that here on the channel. So I've got a number of other cases here that are A little more on the on the affordability side. I have shockproof cases. I've got the clear cases with MagSafe, clear cases straight up, and then a more unique, like I think it's a denim. It's kind of a faux denim. It's not real denim, but it looks like a denim pocket. It's kind of interesting. So we'll showcase that. This is from the folks at Proxa. This was recommended to me. I've got the iPhone 14 and the 14 Pro Max. We'll go ahead and show you here the 14 Pro Max. And for the sake of time, it is taped. Darn it. I hate the tape. The worst part about this, guys, is the tape. It is no bueno. I've got 7 minutes to go through 8 or 9 cases. So we will try our best. I gotta leave right at 5. So apologize for cutting it short, but I'm gonna try to add this right as I get home from work. I try to go live here. Okay, so Proxima, they have a bunch of these different stylized lifestyle cases, which I think are pretty cool. And hey, it comes with a wrist strap. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. This one isn't as eco-friendly or conscious. A lot of plastic here. Just to make note of that, you'll have to recycle it. It does come with a nice wrist strap, which I appreciate. I won't be installing that, but it's pretty standard. Nothing to call home about. But here's the case. It's very much a polycarbonate case. As you can see, the denim appears to be just kind of a synthetic fabric that's kind of stylized. You can see that it is textured, so it's a textile. And then down here is kind of a faux leather, which is kind of fun. It does butt up right against and glued right into the case. So keep that in mind. You've got the protrusion of the camera bump. On the inside, though, you do have it seems like it's, how do I describe it? It's like a foam. It seems like it's a foam core on the inside. On the edges is polycarbonate. Buttons, volume rocker, built right into it. Seems like it's all one piece. Then they glue in the insert. Well, it's one piece, obviously. Then they put the magnets, glue in the kind of foam core. Then they glue in the textile, as you can see. It's a fun case, though. Pretty reasonable. I will go ahead and tap it there to bring it to your guys' attention there. I like that. It's nice. I think it's cool. I mean, if you're at school, you know, you want to give your girlfriend a present. They have a couple of colors here. I think this is nice. It's got that, I mean, for me, when I'm in a meeting at work, I have to be fiddling with something. And I hate fiddling with my phone because I always end up like muddying up the screen. But you've got 3 different specific textures that you can feel. You've got the nice leather. You got the punch out in the leather. You've got the denim feel. And then on the edges, you got kind of the bumpy. So this is almost like one of those little toys, those fidget toys that you can play with. I like it. I think this is something you can definitely consider. Maze, after you get your real 14 Pro, you should do a drop test with the Mous case and the fake. Oh, hey, good idea. I should, huh? I absolutely should. That is a good call out. Thanks so much, bro. I'll make sure and do that. That's a great idea. I'll do a drop test. I've been wanting to do drop tests with these phones and phone cases, but I'm not willing to drop, you know, $1,000 phone on the ground. But I would be willing to drop a dummy phone because those are significantly cheaper. Okay, so there is the phone from Proxima. Let's go ahead and shift gears over to some of our other cases. So I wanted to throw this in the ring here. This is from the folks at Benks, B-E-N-K-S, Binks or Benks. I've picked up a bunch of their cases since I first got iPhone, and they provide, you know, mid-tier to kind of a lower end, more affordable option here. This is their MagSafe with polycarbonate clear case. They call it the crystal clear case. So I'll go ahead and shift gears here, show you guys what that looks like. Full coverage protection, precision holes, drop tests apparently, and super clear. So before I muddy it up with my oily fingers, I want to show you how clear this looks. And Maze, how is the sound? Is it a little bit louder? I tried to focus on that this time. There you go. It's not super crystal clear. You can still see that it, you know, there is a little bit of fogginess to it, but it's pretty clear. I mean, this is what you're going to get for a piece like this. Let me go ahead and make sure and tap it. Where are you? Bings. There it is. These come in all 4 sizes here, so don't worry that I've only populated one there on screen. It's a pretty good build. It's all one product. You do have, what's nice here is you actually have these little grooved in lips, these little hooks, so that if you didn't want to get the screen scratched and you just place it on the table, it's actually not touching your the back side of the case. It's touching these areas. And also it seems to be an anti-rock mechanism. So don't grab my iPhone 13. Let's grab the iPhone 14. Here's the case. Very easy installation. It doesn't add too much to the width. Still pretty grippy. Gives you, you know, a nice look here. It protrudes up so that if it falls here, it's not going to scratch. It's always something that I test. I want to make sure and test the camera module as well. As you can see, it does have enough clearance there, which is nice. And then it kind of doesn't rock. I mean, this part right here is problematic because of how much this protrudes. It's going to rock like that, but it's not too bad. It's going to stay like that. It's not going to like entirely rock. I think that's cool. I like that. And then it's MagSafe friendly, which is nice. Okay, I'm going to go through one more phone case. I apologize. I am unfortunately going to need to cut it short here because of a prior engagement. But hopefully you guys are interested in some of the cases that I go over. So this is, if you want shockproof, this is up to 10 feet. This is a TPC phone with a rubber polycarbonate edge. So apparently you can drop it up to 10 feet without any issue. It's very, very rigid. But it's also translucent, which is nice. This specific pack is a 5-in-1. So it actually comes with quite a few additional pieces here that I will direct your attention to. Very affordable. Really, really nice. It comes with a camera protection case. It comes with a screen protector. It comes with 2 screen protectors. And then it comes with the phone itself, the phone case itself. I don't know why it's 5.0 or 5-in-1, but nonetheless, it's something, it's my go-to here. So as you can see, I've got the screen protector. It goes all the way up. This is the screen protector from this company, from Mous. Really, really nice, really lightweight. It goes all the way up to the edges. You can still kind of see the Apple logo like that, but as you can see, it's definitely a fingerprint magnet. A lot of oils right there for my fingers. Kind of gross, I'm sorry. Nonetheless, I really like this structure, this design. This is the 2 different pieces of materials coming together. Polycarbonate back, which is the hardness, excuse me, the TPC back, and then polycarbonate back. I think T means tempered. I might be mistaken. You engineers out there should know. Here's the edges. Volume rocker, nice and clicky. Power button. It's just a good all-around case that I would recommend. With that said, guys, I didn't have a chance to go through every single one of these products here. Unfortunately, there was a case screen protector, another one that I wanted to review at the very, very end from the folks at Spigen, but unfortunately, we didn't get to go to it. I didn't get to go over every single phone case from the iPhone 14, but these are all available there for you. So consider down below in the links in the description the product pricing and availability on that teaser thing. They're all there. All of them I recommend. They're different for every circumstance, right? If you want to travel, want something light, go with something like this, shockproof. If you're always with the kids, vlogging at home, you know, you might consider something a little more flary. If you want to go out, you know, hiking, you're more wilderness conscious, you want to go with a Mous. If you want that business savvy look, you know, something like your Nomad Horween is great, and then something that won't break the bank, but is something that's really classy is the Apple silicone. So this is what I recommend, guys. These are all the products. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to follow. I will try to stream regularly if this is something interesting to you. I love iPhone accessories. I vlog. Check out the YouTube. Check out the influencer. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.